tuned in to a really real show. Real show, straight facts coming from the big bro. Brandon. Tuned in to a really real show. Real show, straight facts coming from the big bro. Brandon. Relatable to everyone and anyone who listen. Relatable to everyone and anyone who listen. Relatable to everyone and anyone who listen. Tuned in to a really real show. Real show, straight facts coming from the big bro. Brandon. Tuned in to a really real show. Real show, straight facts coming from the big bro. Brandon, the real.
Good evening. We'd like to welcome you all to the very first episode of Live with Big Brother Brandon. In this on the first episode, I have a very, very special guest. I have Jazmyn Harris, who is a senior this year, and I have her mother, my wife, Carla Harris. And what we're going to deal with today's episode will be entitled Growing Together. And what we want to talk about, the topic we want to take up today is, as family, with Jazmyn being a senior, there's a lot of transformation that is going place, that is in place, a lot of transitions that are going on. So we just want to have fun with it this evening, and we're going to talk about the transition from her being a freshman all the way up to her being a senior. As we all know, we go through a lot of changes, a lot of things change, and not only from the child's perspective, but also from the parents' perspective. So we're going to go ahead and dig right in. Jazmyn, we want you to go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Right. My name is Jazmyn. I'm a senior in high school. Plan on going to LSU for college to study pre-medicine to become an anesthesiologist. I don't play sports. I film for football and basketball. Well, I did.
All right. Carla, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, let's see. I'm a wife, mother of 3. I just turned 40. Well, last year. I'll be turning 41. Work, family life, that's about it.
All right. Cool. All right. So, Jazz, we're going to hop right in it. Got a few questions for you. Let's get it in. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. All right, here we go, Jazz. How has your high school experience shaped your interests and aspirations for the future? Your freshman year, a lot of times we start high school not really knowing what we want to do or what direction we want to head. So, what inspired you to want to go into the anesthesiologist field?
I knew I wanted to be in pre-medicine. Well, not pre-medicine, in medicine, like the medical field. Going into freshman year, but at first I wanted to be orthodontist, and then I really realized going through school I don't really care to be in people's faces, which wouldn't work out to be an orthodontist. But anesthesiologists, they go in, give you a medicine, tell you what the medicine is, and they out your face. And so I just felt like that was the better route.
Okay, that sounds good. Are there any particular teachers or mentors who have had influence on you during high school? And give us a few memories.
What, for the medical field or just in general?
Just in general, just as far as growing and some memorable moments during high school.
Freshman year, I had Mr. Foshi. His class was always fun. It was math. But, we wasn't really doing math. Sometimes we would just talk about life.
You gonna get him in trouble.
He don't teach at our school no more, so it'll be all right.
All right.
All of our basketball games was fun. Football games. Well, senior year football games was fun. And my sophomore year, because we actually was winning sophomore year.
Okay, cool. Now, you said you didn't play sports. But it sounded like you connected to the sports. And what aspect of sports did you help with? What experience in sports did you have during your high school years?
So football, I started filming for football sophomore year until senior year. And I would just film practices and games and JV games. And then basketball, I started filming for basketball junior year. And, actually, I don't actually really film. Technically, I'm a filmer, I think. But I do the book at basketball, so I just run stats. And then I ran track until this year.
Cool. So now, if you had to summarize all 4 years of high school, some of us went 4, some of us went more. But all 4 years of high school, what do you feel like would be your greatest accomplishment so far? One of your most proud moments?
Maybe my grades and like coming out of my shell.
Okay. Now, give us a little bit of information about coming out of your shell. Learning, finding out who you are, because that's really what the episode is about. That transition, because we kind of go into. I know for most people, seventh, eighth grade, it's almost like you go through this metamorphosis. You don't know who you are, and so your freshman year is always kind of confusing because you're trying to find yourself. And about the end of your junior year, you kind of figure out who you are, and you start heading in a certain direction. But what did your transformation look like? Like, who were you going into high school, and who are you coming out of high school?
I was just quiet. I feel like I'm the same person through and through, but I was way more quiet and I wouldn't like talk to people freshman year. But now, I may not approach nobody first, but if you start a conversation with me, I'm gonna hold the conversation because why not?
Cool. All right, Carla, you ready for a few questions?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, sound good. The first one I want to ask you is, looking back at it, what are some of the proudest moments that you've experienced as a parent during your child's high school journey?
During high school journey, I would think grade-wise, her grades are always good. Top of her class. ACT was good. Class president. I was just glad and proud that she was able to do the things that she wanted to do and maintain those things. Because sometimes, you start off good at the beginning of the semester or, the beginning of school and it kind of lags. But it seems like she always has that same drive all the way through.
That's definitely a good thing. Staying motivated.
Yeah.
That's good. And listening to her, listening to you, it sounds like she's self-driven.
Yeah.
It sounds like she's self-driven. Next question I wanted to ask you is, how have you seen, we just talked about Jazmyn and her transformation, but what are some changes that you've noticed from her freshman year going into her, throughout going into her senior year?
She is very much more outspoken, more outgoing. I think like more open-minded to more things.
Cool. Now with that, I know she mentioned coming out of a shell. You mentioned that she's more open-minded, but there are other transitions that went on in the household also going into her senior year. From what I understand, Ace, from what we've seen, she's the last child in the house. Have you seen any transitions from her being with the siblings being there and her being the only child? Have you seen any transformations in that?
Oh, I can definitely tell the difference. It's a big difference from when everybody was there at home to when it's just her at home. I think she feels like she is entitled or the queen of the throne.
Yeah.
Since she's the last one there.
Okay.
She gets more, I guess, more of everything now that it's just her versus having to split it up between two other people.
Oh Lord. Okay. Now, can you share with us a particular moment that you were super proud of? Just one moment.
A high school moment?
Mm-hmm.
When she got class president. I think it's very significant to see people of color, girls of color, being a class president. It lets those other ones, like elementary school or middle school girls, see that I can be. She's the class president. She's her senior class president, who, the first reunion, she's the one that, that will do it. So, it holds, I feel like being a senior class president holds more weight than being president of your 8th grade class.
Yeah.
Or your 7th grade, student council or something,
And that representation, it definitely matters. That representation matters.
It definitely
The next question I would like to ask you is, how do you plan to celebrate and commemorate your child's graduation? What are some game plans you got to celebrate?
Game plan, we're going to have a party. That's Saturday, with food and family. And just a nice little, not quite a send-off, but, just celebrating the end of one and the beginning of new.
Okay, that sounds good. And she mentioned that she'll be going to LSU. Sound like they're the Tigers too. She just came from being a Tiger, and shoot, she got a sister that's a Tiger too, a Grambling Tiger. So that'll work. That's very interesting. So now we talked about Jazmyn's growth and her transformation. Now, as a parent, from the parent's aspect, what are there any things that you've learned or ways that you felt like you've changed or I guess developed or your outlook or even in child rearing? What are some changes that you think that you've went through from her freshman to senior year?
Definitely, I think one change is the more freedom. Her freshman year, she didn't have a car. She didn't have a driver's license. So now, she has a car. She has a license. She had a job.
No. You missed the question. I'm saying, how have you changed? We talked about her transformation.
Oh, how have I changed?
How have you changed? What are some things that you...
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Being able to give her more of that freedom.
Okay, gotcha.
I think that's how I've changed more.
Okay, gotcha. So this last portion that we want to deal with, it'll be two-parted questions. So it'll be partially Jazmyn, partially Carla. But we're gonna ask a few more questions, and then we're gonna get ready to wrap this thing up. So the first one I have for Jazmyn: how has your relationship with your mother evolved throughout your high school years?
I don't know.
Do you feel like, okay, like she just mentioned about, giving you more freedom and that change, and have you felt that you guys' relationship has changed any?
I mean, I guess, but not really. Like,
She'll still get on you?
not so much as like whenever we was all in the house, but it's like I'm the last child, so it's like, why are you really fussing right now? And it's only one of us, so it's like you fussing at me, but no one else gonna even hear you fuss. So why are you fussing? But so I guess that goes back into her freedom point.
Do you feel like you have too much freedom?
No, I don't have enough freedom.
Oh, okay.
Clock it.
Okay, she said clock it. All right. Okay, here we go. So, Carla, check this out. How have you seen your child mature and grow during their time in high school? What changes have you seen?
Grow and mature. I think that goes back down to that being more outgoing. I've seen that, and more, I guess, goal driven.
Cool. Now, I'm gonna ask one question, but each of you guys answer. What is a memorable moment through high school that you guys shared together? You know what? First, this time, Carla, you go first.
I think track. I know she said that she did track, all the way up until this first year, but I would get off and go to some of the track meets. And I really like going to the track meets, even though some of them would be hot.
Yeah, it was definitely warm out there. What's something that you have, Jazz? Give us one.
Any of the dances that I went to, because she liked to pick out dresses, and you let her ask her if she Sherry Hill or somebody, and the best dress picker router in the world.
And I am.
Oh,
and
Lord.
I am.
That'll work. That's good. And you guys mentioned, I guess another thing that I wanted to say was in sharing those moments together, some of the proud moments. You mentioned, her being the class president, looking back at it. I know that definitely as a father, I was proud of, her being the class president when she did the ring ceremony. That stood out a lot from her when she was able to do the, present the rings and be the what was it, the MC for the program?
Yeah.
That was really, really cool.
Everybody's names.
So what?
And I called out everybody's name.
Yeah, so that was really, really cool. So, Jazz, how has your mother's guidance and support influenced your decisions about your future plans? Because now you say you want to go into anesthesiology, you be an anesthesiologist, all right, that's a tongue twister, and your mother's also a nurse. So, do you feel like that had any type of influence on you going into the medical field, or what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Oh, I guess I should elaborate.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I don't know. I guess that's some of it, and then also like having to get my braces. I was like, okay, yeah, this seemed fun, but I don't want to be an orthodontist no more because being in people's mouth kind of nasty. I guess I get that from mom too.
Yeah, you don't like being in mouths either, huh, Carla?
I definitely do not like them out.
That'll work. So, Carla, what hopes and aspirations do you have for Jazmyn as she graduates and moves forward?
Let's see. I hope that she continues to be goal driven as far as her schoolwork. I hope that she continues to be outgoing, be involved on campus, not just be, but
Yeah.
live, and have those experiences, go to games, join clubs, and really get a feel for life. So she, I feel like growing up, I think we've given her the tools that she needs to navigate it.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how she does these next years there at LSU.
Okay, that sounds good. And we're going to wrap up with this one here. So, okay, we have Jazmyn with experience of being a high school student. We have Carla with experience of being a high school parent three times. So what I want to ask, man. So Jazmyn, if you had to give one piece of advice to a freshman, what advice would that be?
Go in, live your life. Don't really care about. I'm not gonna say don't care about other people because that sounds crazy, but don't care about what other people think. Just be you, mind your business. You could be nosy, but don't be in a drama. Don't be the drama, because then nobody gonna want to surround themselves with drama 24/7. But you can be nosy because I'm nosy.
Okay, academically, what you think? What are some study tips that you may be able to give? That's relationships. What about study tips? What you got on that?
Some classes are gonna be hard. Some classes are gonna be easy. Prioritize your hard classes first, and do the hard classes, like the work for that first. Because at the end of the day, you're not gonna want to do nothing hard. So do your hard work, like homework, during school hours, and then once you get home, you can do all the easy stuff, and take junior year, senior year. Actually, I think our sophomores can take it too. Take dual enrollment classes, so then you don't have to take them classes in college.
Okay.
And like, they're harder in the moment, but in the long run, it's gonna help.
Gotcha. That sounds good. So basically, study, get it in. So have a healthy balance.
Yeah.
Have a healthy balance. That sounds good. And stay out of the drama. That's some good stuff.
But don't stress about the work, because it's also never that serious.
Okay. So Carla, okay. So like we said, you've done it 3 times. So what are some things that you would tell a freshman parent, to help them along the way? Because looking at the children, Jazmyn's headed to, we mentioned it before, Jazmyn is headed to LSU. Brooklyn is heading to, is at Grambling. What semester? She's in her 3rd semester now? Her 3rd semester at Grambling. DeAndre, he went the trade route. He's a operating engineer. What are some things that you would share to a freshman mother?
I would share, as far as academic wise, help them along the way, but allow them to pick up those academic skills that they're going to need for later on, like those good study skills and study habits, and just enjoy their 4 years. It'll be their last 4 there, and then they'll be out. They'll be out into the world doing their own little thing. So I would just enjoy it and go along for the ride.
Cool. That sounds good. And you mentioned some study habits, but you're in school also, right?
I am.
All right, getting your second degree, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. That's
Yes,
awesome.
it
That's
will be.
awesome. That sounds good. The another thing, man, that I was just thinking about while you guys were talking. The not only did you guys go from freshman to the senior year, but you guys seen major transitions in the way that school goes. You know, I think the what they call it, the distance learning, the online classes really picked up. You know, because of COVID. You know, that happened. COVID was your sophomore year.
Freshman.
Freshman.
That was your
year.
freshman year, yeah. Okay, so you went into the year with half a year dang there. So yeah, so the what was when that was introduced? Did that cause complications or what was your thoughts on that? Okay, you know what? Because I know that there was a shift, but my question would be this here, and this is just shooting in the dark. So if you could, if you designed the curriculum, okay, what would be your percentage of in class and online? What you think would be a healthy balance of those? Because you do both, right?
I
Okay.
would do what I was doing now. If you want to take the online classes, take them. If you don't. Because, like, the online classes, obviously, they're college classes, so they're harder. But I enjoy them. But not everybody, some people need to see the teacher and be in person. So
Yeah.
I guess it would just be like, you can take them, but you don't have to.
Got you.
And also, when you force people to do something, they're just simply not going to want to do it. So.
Yeah. Okay, so that's great. That's great. So one of the things that we talked a lot about the as far as being successful in this transformation, we talked about a lot of things require balance. So I'm gonna go back to Carla. We're gonna probably wrap up there. So with Carla, okay. So now we mentioned that you're a nurse, full-time nurse, that you're a student, and you have a student, okay, and you're a wife. Okay, and you're involved in other organizations also. So what does balance look like? How do you keep from getting, overwhelmed, and how do you keep from, lacking in certain areas? You know what I'm saying? How do we balance out all of those different things at the same time?
I take mine. You hear that saying where you gotta take it day by day. Well, I take mine week by week. So Sunday, I know all that I need to do for the rest of the week, and that's how I tackle everything. I feel like you can eat a pizza, a large pizza, but you can only eat it one bite at a time.
Okay.
So I have this whole list of things, but I can only tackle one thing at a time. So I do it week by week, and write it in my little planner and scratch off on my planner. And that way I keep the girls' stuff in line, my stuff in line, house stuff in line. I just write it down, make a list, and week by week I knock out my list.
That sounds good. So focus on your fork. You got the
Yeah.
whole plate in front of you, but all you can eat right now is the fork.
Yeah, focus on your fork.
Hey, that's some good stuff. So yeah, again, man, you guys, this is the very first episode of Live with Big Brother Brandon. Man, we'll have plenty more coming. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And again, this episode, the very first episode, was entitled "Growing Together: A Senior and a Parent's Journey Through High School." Man, look, we'd like to thank you guys for coming out. We definitely enjoyed you guys, and you guys will probably be hearing from these two again. Jazz, did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah.
All right. Any last comments you want to leave them with? Give them a word of wisdom. Give them a word of wisdom.
Vibe out, live life.
Say what?
Vibe out, live life. That's
Vibe
all I
out
got.
and live life. Okay. Carla, what word? Hopefully you got a little more wisdom. what words of wisdom would you give them?
Hold on, I got another one.
Okay.
Keep it P.
Keep it P. All right. Whatever P may be, keep it P. Go ahead, Carla. What you guys said?
I guess I will leave them with my last word being to focus on the things in life that fulfills you, the things in life that brings you joy, or gets you to that next step, and just take it that one fork at a time.
Okay, sounds good. Again, this has been Live with Big Brother Brandon. We thank you all for tuning in.